What's up, Bleacher Bumz? DK in the house here. JC off today. Should be back tomorrow. We can go over all our NFL results. We got one game left tonight, and I will go over that in just a minute. Pretty exciting weekend in football. A lot of crazy things happened. A lot of favorites. Man, down the chute. Not only did they not cover, a lot of the favorites just lost outright. So that's usually what happens in the first week of NFL. Got to be careful with that. You got to bet small, let the season kind of do its thing, and just wait for the teams to settle in and then get a better idea of what we're looking at. But we do have one more game tonight. We do have some baseball. October's coming quicker by the minute, I'll tell you. Playoffs are starting to wind down, or the season's starting to wind down, and playoffs are going to be fired up. Tomorrow we could even go over the standings and see where we sit and kind of get our predictions on our playoff teams, the matchups and winners, losers, the whole deal. But tonight we got your Major League plays. Let's get those up for you. Got a lot of props for you. A handful of player props. It's kind of slim pickings. The matchups just didn't sit right with a lot of the games, but we were able to dig up some decent stuff for you. Got a couple first inning Yerfies to focus on tonight, guys. We got a plus money and a minus 120. Tampa and Toronto is a safe bet that somebody's going to come out of there with some runs in the first inning. Dodgers, Diamondbacks, plus money there. Looking at a Yerfie. So there's going to be some runs there. And then I got a couple underdog here games that I do like. Pittsburgh money line over Cincinnati. And back to Toronto. Toronto minus 1.5 over Tampa. I do like that. And then another one that I'm leaning towards, the New York Mets minus 1.5 over the Cubbies. For your player props, let's go with Eduardo Rodriguez of Detroit over 3.5. I got my numbers right here. Let's take a look at what I project him to go to tonight. Let's see, what do we got? Let's take a look. All right. Mr. Eduardo. Okay. They got him at 3.5. Okay. We got him going over. What's going on here? Let's see here. I don't like the way this is set up. Got about a half hour for that game to start up. Depending on, you got DraftKings, you've got Best Odds giving you plus money there. Definitely like Rodriguez. I got him at about almost 5 strikeouts tonight facing Houston. Faber Valdez, I have over 6.5. You're looking at almost even money with him going over. He should hit that number facing the Tigers. He should have no problem. The last time out, he did have 7. Definitely does not mean he's going to have him 7 tonight, but he has been striking quite a few people out as of late. So let's go with that. Over 6.5 earlier was plus money, plus 101, pretty much even. And we got Tyler Anderson of the Dodgers. We're going under 4.5. See the latest odds on Mr. Anderson. The under, well, it's split. Best odds definitely has really good odds on the under, minus 106, as does FanDuel. So shop it around, guys, because I see it. Bet MGM's got it minus 135. So you can pick up some better deals if you shop it around. Let's go with a 3-team parlay here for a $20 bet, which will pay out $117. Texas money line, and we're going to go with game 2. Houston minus 1.5. And then the Dodgers, Arizona under 9. You should be able to still get 9. I've seen 8.5. But it's sticking around 9. So if you can get 9, that's good, because if you do, if it does hit 9, at least you'll get a push there, and then you'll have the 2 teams that will parlay up, give you less money, but at least it's not a loss if those other 2 cover. And then I definitely like. I can't believe I'm going to say this, because they have been on my shit list this year. Mr. Alex Cobb. We're going to go with him and the Giants. Money line win over Atlanta. Plus 189. Definitely like that. As your best bets, let's go with Detroit and Houston tonight. No run, first inning. Framer is not going to allow, he probably won't allow a hit. And Aguardo is pitching really well as of late. I think he'll get us through the first inning, minus 127 right now, which is pretty good considering who's out on the mound. So that is my best bet of the night. It's cheap enough that I can kind of include it in there. I like to try to get it as close to plus money. Your best bang for your buck. Great values we look for. And this one just fits right. It's a little steep, minus 127. Shop it around. But let's go Detroit, Houston, no runs, first inning. And that will take care of your baseball tonight. Go to Facebook. Check out. I have everything posted there. I always have the results. NFL results will be up tomorrow. Going to wait for the game to conclude today to get our percentage for the Sunday. But as you saw, we kicked ass on college. Week 1 game day was great. First weeks are such a crapshoot, especially with college football, but we aced it. So go check out our Facebook. We have all the results listed. Get an idea how good we are at picking a lot of these and getting great value for some of these picks too. All right, so your Monday night game tonight. It's real simple. I'll tell you, this line in this game, out of all the games on Sunday, this is the one that really, there's so many reasons to go either way with this game. 6 is the right number. You couldn't get any better either way. Now, a lot of people are throwing their money on Seattle. It's starting to go Seattle's way now. So I've seen it as down to minus 6. So if you can get that, I would grab it. But between the game and the total and a bunch of props, I was torn on the minus 6.5. I have it listed at 6.5 here, but Bet US right as of now has it at 6. Um, so I'll go with how I'm leaning uh, towards the game. It's not that often when you see a team deal away a star player in the off season. Ended up watching them return to the next season to where they basically blossomed and basically owned their city. But here at Bleacher Bum Sports, we love these head scratching type of games to handicap because it really makes us work hard to try to get this win. Sometimes the games are so easy that that's where you screw up. So this one really made us think hard. Now that the scenario we have here is the Broncos find themselves with Wilson armed with a new contract and the desire to show his former team that he has plenty left in the tank. And believe me, he's going into this game so excited. It's probably going to be one of his better moments in his career to be able to go back and hopefully take out his former team. Now, Seattle, even though they've had a year to prepare for not having Russell in there, um, they're just in disarray offensively. Um, is Smith going to be the answer? The Smith lock duo they're talking about? I don't know. Seahawks have a pair of quality receivers that they'll be able to throw to. Um, it's kind of like a mediocre quarterback situation and basically a defense that's been stripped of most of its big names. So I'm telling you, this could be a long season up in Seattle. So they really, really need to win this game. I mean, this is really gonna burst Seattle's bubble if they don't get the win. And even a close game doesn't matter. You got to win this game tonight. I really you shouldn't say that it's a must win in week 1, but this one really would deflate Seattle to have their guy come back and tear him loose. It's like when Stafford comes back to Detroit. Um, it'd just be a weird feeling. You get some of these players that, let's just say Miggy still had years left and he was still in his prime. We got rid of him and he came back and blasted a bunch of home runs. I mean, we've had sports players do that in the past, but it is a weird, strange feeling. And it does leave, I mean, watching Stafford go win the Super Bowl, half the people here were happy for him, half were just furious at the Lions for getting rid of him, and a lot of weird feelings that went on with that. So, this is something that Seattle's really, really going to want. Um, the players obviously will, be trying to do that for them, but I think it's for the fans. The fans really, really want to put it to them. But I got Denver. I'm sticking with it. I started to side the other way, but then I started letting my heart play a part in this thing. You gotta give up the points, take the visitors here. Vegas is looking at a few ways. 6 is that, like I said, the perfect number, and to sway the thinking both ways, and that's what Vegas wants you to do: start thinking crazy thoughts both ways. But in our opinion here, Denver is simply the better team all the way around. All the way around. So don't overthink it. We all do it. I've done it, and that's how you fall into the Vegas trap, I call it. I don't think the 12th man is going to help Seattle. Russell will get it done in his new start in his new venture, and he'll get them on the right track. I think it's going to be a 7 to 10 point game, so they should be able to cover that 6 points. As for my best bet, I like the total, and I'm going kind of against pretty much everyone, the public, and a lot of the pros just think it's going to go under, and I think it's because I don't think they think Seattle's going to score any points, and I really think they're gonna put up some points. Somehow they're gonna get some points on that board. Denver will do enough to. It's gonna be really tight though. So go small. I'd go half a unit maybe. Don't go a full unit. It opened at 41 and a half, and it jumped all the way to 44 and a half. When I did this article, it was at 43 and a half, and it's kind of sitting right there. Um, Odd makers must expected more rust from these guys um, than the public, as a heavy amount of money was going on the over. So the total slowly crept up a whole field goal in the last few weeks. But Bleacher Bum Sports here, we're thinking that this is the primary reason for the lackluster defense that's will be showcased tonight. I just think the Legion of Boom is in the rear view mirror. We expect the Seahawks secondary to get burned repeatedly. That's why we've got some player props for Denver. Got some for Seattle, but that's it. Secondary should get burned, and the wide receivers should get their yards. Their defensive line is nothing spectacular. The Broncos shouldn't have too hard time scoring, especially since Wilson is the play caller for him now. I just think this is such an upgrade for them. He's going to feel at home. Um, Even though it's his first game as a non-Seahawk, there will be an element of comfort for him. I anticipate the Broncos getting at least 3 touchdowns with some field goals mixed in there against just a poor Seattle defense. So as long as Geno can get Seattle a few scores by the way of Locket and Metcalf, this game should see at least 45 points. So I would back the over on this. Williams' return to Seattle sounds like points, man. I mean, some of the games yesterday, I really thought. I mean, if I were to bet it again, I'd almost go the same way. Some of them thought we're going to go over the total, and they surprised us and didn't even get half the total. So it's the NFL, man. Anything can happen. There's some props we like. I have a strange one here. It just stuck out. I'd say bet half a unit on these. They're more leans than anything, but I just think Seattle somehow is going to come out fired up. They're going to get down the field. I think Seattle over half a point first quarter, minus 120. I just think that's a playable. They should have the ball twice. They're lucky, get it 3 times. I mean, we want Denver to score. I mean, because that's who we're pulling for. So maybe they'll score quick. Seattle, get down there, chip in a field goal. I just think that there's going to be Seattle's going to get something that first quarter. Then I got Denver over 13 points in the first half. I just see 2 touchdowns. I see like a 17-point lead, 17 points from Denver, something like a 17-6, 17-10 maybe if they can drop one in the end zone. But I like those 2 for the first quarter and first half. Russell Wilson going over 255 passing yards. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think he'll be well into the 270s, 280s. He's going to be lighting it up. He's got the weapons to do it. And I think they're going to. The offensive coordinator he's a gunner. He's going to have him throwing the ball, and I think that's what Russell's going to want to do. I think a lot of his running days, getting out there and running his ass off, or some of those days are kind of done. So I think he's going to be slinging it around, handing it off more. Javonte Williams for Denver over 58.5 rushing yards. I do have best long shot underdog bet. I was trying to find something with plus money for you guys, and there really wasn't much to offer. But we're going to swing over to Seattle side. We're going to go Tyler Locket, Seattle, to record 70 plus receiving yards. They have him, and that's plus 240. So they have him at about 50 some yards. So we're expecting him to step it up and get those yards. I think Gino's going to lock into him 6 or 7 times. I mean, he's going to have to do something because I think they're going to be playing from behind. So they're going to want to get that ball out there, and Tyler Lockett's your guy. It just seems like the right play for the long shot. Then I've got, let's see, what do we got here? Let me see if I can pull up some more props for you guys. Let's see. I got a crazy one. Let me see. You know what? I think I can get it updated here. Let me check on something for you guys real quick. I don't know. I just know it's going to be, I mean, what a way to start off Monday night. This is going to be some really, really good stuff. I'm excited about it. It's going to be one of those games you just definitely going to want to put on your list of teams to see for week 1. And of course it happens on Monday night. Let's see. Yeah, Russell Wilson right now is down to 251. It's pretty much an even bet over and under. Minus 115, minus 114. So you're getting a better deal than I got earlier. 251.5. So let's go over that. Let's see. Was Geno Smith. Could have gotten him at 200 yards earlier, and now it's all the way up to 212. So he's going to be slinging it, and that's one of them I liked, and I took it off the board, my board. I just can't get there with him. The 200 yards looked totally appetizing. Just couldn't get there. Melvin Gordon, receiving yards, 9.5. That's, I can see Russell Wilson dropping a couple off to him. Can he get 10 yards? Absolutely. Rushing yards, they got him at 35.5. I like that. I like the over on that. He's going to get his attempts. This is the one that almost put as a best bet. Gordon rushing attempts at 9.5. He was averaging double digits last year. Let's see if I can get some more info on this. So yeah, his last, let's see, 13, 18, 9, 9, 10, 8, 10, 21, 17, and 7, which comes out to 9.6. I mean, it's right where it should be, but I like that number. It's a good number. I like it over. So that's not a bad one either. So I mean, there's some really decent prop plays. You just got to get in there and dig around and find what you like. But that's pretty much where we're going with tonight's game. So let's hammer the over, guys. That's to me the big one tonight. I want Denver to win by a touchdown, because it's still at -6. Bet US or Bet Online, you can get it at -6. You got Denver, Seattle over 43.5. Let's see if it's dropped at all. Because it starts pumping up. Nope, 43.5. It's going to stay there. -6. It's going to stay there. So you're going to get it at 6. Will it drop to 5.5? I doubt it. They're just the favorite to win tonight. And they should. There should be no reason. 12th man would be the only reason I could see them winning, because Seattle's just not a very good team. But, it's a tough place to play. So that's always, we saw crazy things happen this weekend, So, Indy's losing. Or no, I'm sorry, Indy tied 2020. Just crazy stuff. So we'll get tomorrow. Jason's going to be back. We've got an announcement about somebody that's going to come online. We're going to have a third face in the mix, probably on Fridays. It's going to be funny. It's going to be actually hysterical. It's just this guy's super funny. He knows a lot about everything, not necessarily sports, but you'll see what I mean when he comes on. Great guy. So we may see him Friday. But for tomorrow, we got Jace back. We got all your results from this weekend, or from Saturday, or from Sunday. Then we got your baseball results, and we'll get some early college football lines for you. Some games that we're looking at. Gone through about half of Saturday's schedule. There's a couple that have stuck out. I'll give them to you early because some of the lines are a little off, and we'll talk about those too. So until tomorrow, let's have a great Monday night. Enjoy the game. Should be a lot of fun. Go Denver. Russell, light it up. Yeah. Score a lot. Let's get 50 some points. It'll make me happy. I don't want a close one tonight. Had too many close ones this weekend. Give you a slight heart attack there. All right. See you tomorrow. Jace will be back. Have a good night. Bet safe.